Well, my gaming pun may have just offended Dom, but we're here to talk Gibberpish, aren't we?
Yes, we are. I can't even remember the pun that you made. That's a pun.
Yeah, it was the skeleton pun.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, you've been playing a bit of Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah, I've finally got around to playing that, as I alluded to on Twitter. Fantastic game. Looks amazing for a Wii U title. I've got a couple of problems with it, but that's not really to do with the gameplay. The gameplay itself is really fun. It's exactly the same as it was in Xenoblade Chronicles, but the only problem is with Nintendo saying that it was going to be a bigger universe. I was expecting Xenoblade Chronicles, but threefold, just more. But they've kind of tightened it down. You've not got as many provinces to visit. It's one key area, and you have to do missions within that. You get your missions and your story missions, side quests, and all that crap from one key area called New Los Angeles. Right. Because the whole crux of the game, I probably should have said this before I launched into the gameplay and stuff, but the whole crux of the game is you are like kind of Earth's last army, Earth's last defences type deal. You're fighting a huge battle out in space with you're kind of caught in between the two warring alien races. You get caught in the middle, you start fighting as well, but in the process, the two alien races destroy Earth. And
why not?
Yeah, because why the fuck not? You find out why in the story. It's the most played out, but the best reason ever. On the ship called the White Whale, they travel through the stars trying to look for a habitable planet. They find a habitable planet, but the aliens have been tailing them all the way. They destroy the White Whale, but on the bottom of the ship there's just a big life sphere. So in the process of the ship getting shot down, the life sphere ejects and then finds this new planet called Mira. And the whole point of them is they're trying to they're trying to cohabitate with the indigenous life forms, make sure that they can provide for themselves, feed themselves, they can get fuel, provisions, all that kind of crap. But as you go through the story, you kind of find that you're not alone. There's races that have been there since even thousands of years before you got there. There's the races that follow you in called the enemies of the game. They're kind of one of the newer races to the game called the Ganglion. And they just want to destroy humans because they are a cancer. They destroy everything that they see, and I thought, that's a reason I can get behind humans to kind of destroy everything we touch. But at the same time, it's kind of overplayed. A lot of aliens just like, humans are a blight on existence, we must destroy them and take over as its rightful overlords or some crap.
It's not an uncommon theme in sci-fi. I know the 40k universe is pretty good at having the Elder step in and say, you know what, humans are dicks, I'm going to just wipe the lot of you off the face of the planet. There's even alien coalitions that form in 40k around the idea of just using humanity to eradicate other people, and in the process, if humanity dies in the same heartbeat, who cares? Because we're just a bunch of overgrown monkeys, really.
It's all a bit fun. But the main improvements I like about it is instead of going to every different area and building up an affinity with each part, because you get 5-star affinity with each different area, because you play in a realm called the Bionis, which is a giant robot that you've turned into basically a habitat. Right. And you go to different areas, like you'll go to the Bionis leg, and there'll be another group of people living there. You have to help them out, and each level gives you a certain affinity, and that, within those missions they'll give you like access to different provisions, access to different skill ups, which means you can do cool different moves, access to different weapons, armors, all that crap. In Xenoblade Chronicles X, it's just, you don't need to do that. You don't need to build up your affinity with every different area. You just need to do affinity missions, and that builds up the area for you. Right. It doesn't build it up. They don't trust you more, anything like it did in Xenoblade Chronicles. It builds up that area, so they'll get more. I think it's called Maranium. It's just basically ore that they mine from the earth. That'll give them more, so it'll build them up, and so they can start spreading it more. So they're not just this one bubble. You can build it and expand all that crap.
Well, that makes sense if the entire plot of the game is all about rebuilding humanity on a different planet. Yeah, your progress would be the best way of showing it would be to physically have the sphere of influence of these little kind of settlers expand out. Because
that is ultimately what it is. They just want to expand, make sure humanity survives, because this is Earth to them right now. But the one thing that has confused me a lot is it's meant to be a successor to Xenoblade Chronicles, but I want to know how it fits in. Because they say it's a spiritual successor, but there's so many cues in the cues from the previous game, and the planes and the kind of setting of the game looks exactly the same as the previous title. You can pick up things like, in the timeline that looks exactly the same as Machina Forest from Xenoblade Chronicles, and that looks like a Mechon from Xenoblade Chronicles. It's making me think it can't just be a spiritual successor, it's got to be a direct sequel, or a lot of people are saying it's a prequel. I'm not going to comment because I want to play through it and find out.
If they said it was a spiritual successor, I mean, if you are going to say this is a direct sequel or prequel, you say that as part of the advertising. Yeah. You know about it by now.
Yeah, that's true.
I think if they're saying spiritual successor, all those are little kind of fan hints and Easter eggs that maybe hope might be a bit more subtle.
Yeah, maybe kind of bring people into the game, because a lot of people thought, it's going to be a sequel, but you don't play the main character from the other game. Right. And the whole point of the other game is you played as the kid who's been put upon as the chosen one. He's been given the magical sword. He has to go and kill the big bad guy and stop war. And you kind of think with Xenoblade Chronicles X, you play as a continuation of that. It's been taking a more futuristic turn. The Monado, the sword that can destroy all life on Mykonos and Bionis, has been passed into somebody else. It's their turn to go and solve a war. But then you see the trailers for Xenoblade Chronicles X, you don't even see the Monado except for one little Easter egg when one of your teammates has a hair clip that resembles the Monado in her hair. That's the only reference to the Monado that I've found. There might be another one, but like I said, I'm not, as much as I'd like to see it, I'm not really going to go out of my way and look for it.
Yeah.
Because I want to take it as its own thing. I'm kind of annoyed that it's not a sequel to Xenoblade, but if they're trying to make it its own thing, I'm kind of fine with that actually.
Yeah. And remember, it's Japanese naming structure, I'm guessing, so it could be, you could get Xenoblade Chronicles X2.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
If this does well, there probably will be a sequel. But yeah, the things I didn't really like about it is, because they've went for a more American cast, it seems a bit more serious, and they've kind of lost the heart that the original had, because it was an all English voice cast, all people from like London, not English speaking English from England.
Right. And
it was quite funny because you could tell that they were very amateur to it. There was a lot of, you got a bit more of a sense of fun about the game, had more heart. But whereas you get Xenoblade Chronicles X, you can make your the main character have an English accent, and it's the English accent from the second game is the main character's voice from the first game, so it's kind of a little nod to that. But that's the only kind of English accent you really get. I kind of prefer it with an English accent because it's a bit more fun. This one seems a bit more serious, but it's more a serious tone because Xenoblade Chronicles starts off with you running away from a giant snail that's got a robot on its back.
Very confusing.
Yeah, sorry, not a snail, it's like a hermit crab, and it's found a piece of an old robot to settle into, so he's like trying to salvage this old robot, and the hermit crab comes out and starts chasing him, and he's running away with this little wrench.
Okay, I'm fine with that, that's kind of funny.
It's pretty cool. But apart from that, I can't really gripe about it. And it's kind of seeming a bit too easy right now.
Well, since you're talking about Japanese games that don't quite make sense and sequelage, Final Fantasy VII's remake has been was unveiled at PSX, the PlayStation Experience in Japan this year, and they were showing it off, saying, "Oh, look at this! I think it looks really, really good."
Yeah, it looks outstanding. I actually like the new combat system.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of turn-based RPGs. When they're done well, it's fine, but as a general rule of thumb, not a fan of role-based RPGs. Role-based RPGs, turn-based RPGs. Yeah. Fucking hell. We're recording this slightly later than normal.
Yeah.
But that doesn't excuse it. But I'm not a fan of turn-based RPGs as a rule of thumb. The more action-based RPGs like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy Crisis Core, and as Final Fantasy 13 is now becoming, they appeal more to me.
Yeah, they describe the combat system as being very Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Because the director of this is the director of the Kingdom Hearts, or producer-director of the Kingdom Hearts series, with the original guy for 7 being a producer on the new game, on the remake. And it does look really good. The animation style and the visuals are Advent Children, which I'm pretty sure we talked about. We said when they first announced a remake of 7, the entire internet bust its gut, and then I watched Advent Children to check out what that would kind of roughly get, just in the ballpark idea of what it might be. And yeah, they are saying we want to get Advent Children as the kind of benchmark for the graphics. But they then turned around and didn't really announce as loud as they probably should have, because they got all the hype built up at PSX. Here comes Final Fantasy. Square Enix is doing its best work. You're going to see it only in the PlayStation 4 in episodic batches. Like it's going to be part of it, then you're going to take a break, and then part of it is going to be a release schedule split over a couple of months. I'd say a year.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. A year's worth of time before people just lose interest. But I don't think, to be fair, given the amount of people that are wanting this game so rapidly, I doubt anyone's going to lose interest in Final Fantasy VII. What's got me kind of humming and hawing and thinking about it is the fact that they've said each part will be radically different from the last. And I'm just thinking, how much can you change the format of a game before people start going, right, Sony, calm the fuck down. Square Enix, chill your boots. You're taking this too far, just give us turn-based original Final Fantasy new graphics.
I'd say what they'll go for is either have the focus of each chapter in this kind of episodic saga be related to one character or one setting, because apparently the first third of the game takes place in Midgard. Have that as the first release, and have the end as they leave Midgard to go out into the wilds, and then have that last part be the just like a later point in the story, like a turning point, and have that break it up like that. Do it in 3.
Yeah.
Because anything more than that, people are going to say, "Come on, this is taking the piss now."
But they'll always try and find a way to squeeze in a secret episode. Because I guarantee the Ruby, Emerald, and I think there might be another weapon I'm forgetting. They'll probably be secret episodes. Like you fly out in your airship to find. You fly out in your airship to the middle of a dormant volcano and you find the ruby weapon, beat the ruby weapon, and you get this weapon for Cloud.
Yeah,
they'll sneak that in as DLC.
Apparently, one of the things that has a lot of people very optimistic about this is that they are maintaining series integrity of the remake, by including a cross-dressing scene for Cloud. Apparently he was in drag at one point.
That was a bit... My brother's played this game, I've never even touched it. I have no interest in Final Fantasy outside of Final Fantasy 3 and 4. But in Final Fantasy 7, there is a scene, I think you have to infiltrate something, or you have to get information out of somebody, or you have to get an item off of somebody, I have no idea. But Tifa has the idea of somebody cross-dressing, and they look at Barrett and they look at Cloud and they decide, right, Cloud's going to dress up as a woman, because apparently he looks womanly anyway.
And Barrett has a machine gun for an arm.
Yeah,
so,
and a Mr. T beard.
Yeah, so he was very androgynous, and I think I like that they're keeping that in there for the fans, but as an outsider you're like, okay, good for you guys, you get your cross-dressing scene.
It's a good victory for you guys. It's a strange victory for us, but it's a good victory for the fans.
Yeah, this man in a woman's clothes is a big moment for you guys, congratulations,
You're advancing progression years.
Enjoy your victories, I think. On a remake though, that's the weird thing, is you say, you think about it like, oh, this is quite progressive. Wait, it's a remake. Shit. Whoops.
Kind of regressive.
Yeah, but we're progressing to the point where cross-dressing is okay, so that's fine. Considering, right now, with the whole Donald Trump thing, not a bad idea to regress to that standard of things being okay. We accept that thing.
Did you see the thing about Katie Hopkins, who's just...
She's our Donald Trump.
Yeah, she's our Donald Trump, but she is best pals with the real Donald Trump. When I seen that on Twitter, I was like, I'm not surprised with this 1 iota.
Yeah, she's the only person. She's the only person agreeing with him right now on his comments that parts of London are too radicalised. My favourite back and forth through all these recent kind of Donald Trump uses word radicalised conversations is that Boris Johnson said that crime in London and violence in London has been going down steadily for quite a while thanks to the work of the police force. So he says that he would walk anywhere in London without any fear. He wouldn't go into certain parts of New York, however, for fear of meeting Donald Trump. Boom! Boris Johnson, by the way, is a clinically insane person who we elected as mayor, and he now parachutes in to do random crap. Yeah. And I say literally parachutes in to do stuff.
Yeah, and he tackles Japanese rugby children.
Yeah, he was playing soccer against some kids for like a charity match and just
he was actually playing rugby.
Kid.
Yeah, because it was during the World Cup. He was doing a kind of press tour.
I was talking about his soccer thing. He
and
tackled some kid.
Oh no, that was a rugby. That was I think it was Soccer Aid or Sports Aid.
Yeah.
No, Sport Relief. That's it. Over in Britain. It was a game of football, which is usually 11-a-side.
Yeah.
A game of 11-a-side football over here. Charity match. There was celebrities playing on each side. I think they were mixed in with kind of the golden oldies football players.
Yeah.
And Boris Johnson, he's been raised in private schools all his life. He's been playing rugby pretty much all his life. Instead of going in for a tackle, just full on rugby tackle this dude, knocked him on his ass.
Oh yeah. Then
you flash forward a few years later, he was doing a game of touch rugby in Japan with some Japanese rugby players and some Japanese kids. And he was showing he was saying how they were doing an exercise or something. He was saying, this is how you run when you have the ball. And some kid went to challenge him. He just hand off straight to the face, knocked this kid on the ground.
He just left a little Japanese child.
The funny thing is, the kid got back up and just went, looked around for a couple of seconds and walked away because it's like, the giant yellow Englishman just hit me.
I'd go over and kick his ass, son, but he's the mayor of a town. I don't know what to do there. He's when he comes out with something like this, it's always great to see. But my kind of top of the list, however, was Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel. And now think about it, Israel is constantly at war with Muslim extremist groups. So when the Prime Minister of that country says that your remarks are unofficial, horrible and just wrong, it's hilarious to think that that was told to you by the guy who fights these groups for a living, basically. I just was laughing my ass off at the whole thing. However, part of that statement was that he acknowledged that there was an upcoming date set for talks between Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu. So he was saying, I will still hold these talks as a matter of courtesy, as I would for anyone else. Because he knows that Donald Trump is in the shit. Everyone's just piling on the hate for him, so it might seem controversial for him to maintain the date, but he says, as a part of courtesy, as per standard policy, I will still meet with Donald Trump. And then randomly just happened to be browsing the internet and see the tweet pop up from Donald Trump saying, you know what, I think I'll postpone the meeting that we're going to have in Israel until I'm President of the United States. Oh boy.
You know what the scariest thing is? I think I was watching a SourceFed video, which is Phil DeFranco's kind of YouTube network. There's a very, very big chance that he might actually get presidency.
I don't know, there's a lot of it in there and it's still a year out, so I'm just kind of leave it, but I just saw that comment from between those two and I'm like, holy shit dude, stop. when Toronto, the city of Toronto, I think it is Toronto, wants his name pulled off the 2 buildings he has there, just so they're not associated with bigotry. Like, holy crap.
But isn't there now a call to ban him from the UK?
Yeah, there's a petition going around. I think the last time I saw it, it was just sitting just under 500,000 signatures.
Yeah.
And considering it only needs 100,000 to be brought up in Parliament, pretty good chance that it'll get brought up.
Through. But then again, what happens to his property and stuff up in Aberdeen?
It's to block him entering. It's to basically say, we don't want you here until you've calmed down and stopped trying to be president. I don't
it's
know
quite
how
a British thing to do. It's like, you're not coming into the UK until you calm the hell down, you put your toys away, you can come back into the UK after that.
Well, I don't know the exact limits of power in the Parliament on this one, but I think that we could probably find a way of writing something to postpone him from... I mean, hell, we got the leader of Sinn Féin kicked off the radio waves for like 20 fucking years because he was a terrorist.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we can stop someone showing up for fucking afternoon tea if we want to, just because he's a dick.
Yeah.
You just have to get 500,000 signatures in like 48 hours. I think they started the petition when they realised that he was due to come over and was saying ban all Muslims. Yeah. Apparently, by the way, his test was just going to be you just ask them if they're a Muslim or ask them if they're a terrorist, and that would be how you determine who would or would not get through TSA security.
Okay, at least it's airtight. At least he has a plan sorted.
Yeah, he's gonna catch all the honest terrorists that are out there.
And who's gonna go? Oh, you fucking caught me, Allah Akbar.
Oh.
I'll go back now. Trump!
Curse you, Trump, you foiled me again.
As he tunnels his moustache back to his plane.
Yeah, just impressive level of stupid. I quite enjoyed reading all the shit flying around that man this week.
It's not going to end anytime soon. The guy is just perpetually gaining speed on the shitball that he's got rolling.
Yes, but the shitball is losing mass. Apparently he's been dropping about 10% of the vote within Republicans in the last couple of weeks since then. It's just that he just seems to get louder in response to that now. Interesting tactics, and fingers crossed they don't work out, but I thought we'd just move on from US politics. We're cancelling Florida v Japan this week because Florida v Japan was kind of quiet.
Yeah, Japan, the East is being very silent.
Florida had 2, one of which was something that came up as we posted the last episode, and as I clicked off of the window for that, first thing to pop up: Florida man eaten by alligator while trying to escape house. He was basically in a robbery.
Oh yeah, I heard of that actually.
Yeah, and he was decided to hide out in a swamp and was bitten by an alligator and killed while hiding from the police.
I think I know the other one you're talking about. Is this to do with the mouldy tit implant?
Oh yeah, that was a good one sent to us by the Son of Odin on Twitter. Didn't make it in. No, I suppose it was the third one. Yeah, a woman who was diagnosed with a series of conditions including lupus, meningitis, and I think spinal issues or something like that. Until somebody took a quick look at the breast tissue and realised something was wrong with it, and then they removed the breast tissue to realise that the silicone inside had mould in it. Holy crap. Giant mould bags in your tits.
Giant funky mouldy titties.
Yeah, but no, I had a third story, one that popped up, other than the mouldy tits and alligator murder, was that a man was caught doing 110 miles an hour down a motorway while topless and intoxicated. Turns out he was also fully nude once they stopped the car, because you can't figure that one out, while someone going 110 miles an hour, and had 3 women in the back of the car. Hell of a party, not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's a hell of a party.
Really impressed he didn't kill someone, because that could have been a massive body pile on that one, but 110 miles an hour, naked, with 3 women and a 12-pack of beer in the back of the car. When this guy comes out of jail, because he's going to go to jail, we can go party with this guy.
Yeah. Find this guy. We'll go grab a few beers around.
A few naked beers in a 110 mile an hour car. Yeah, he was going to jail, not only because of the offence of driving 110 miles an hour while intoxicated. I don't think he got indecent exposure for that. Somehow he's in the car.
Yeah, I suppose.
But he was also, they were talking about outstanding warrants for violence, drugs and weapons. Hell of a party.
Fair enough, whatever tickles your pickle, mate.
Probably was tickling his own pickle on the way down,
Yeah, if he's got 3 women in the car, why does he need to do it himself?
Good point. We need more security footage of this.
We need to examine this footage more carefully.
Oh, there's going to be a dashboard. There's going to be a dashboard cam in that cop's car. There will be. It's quite standard policy in America. Florida Highway Patrol. Anyone wants to make some quick YouTube money, I know exactly who'd love to watch that.
Yep.
Tons of people going, whoa, ew.
Dude, no, put some fucking trousers on, man.
Unfortunately, no sports corner either, because We recorded last Monday. Monday. It's now Friday night, and no sports really took place that I'm aware of.
Again, all I've really got is Glasgow Warriors news, and that was just that Gregor Townsend, in response to the fact that he now has to play 6 games in a row, as the Glasgow Warriors have to play 6 games in a row, he's saying that he is not sweating it at all, and he's keeping the team relatively the same in between each game, in between the games. So it'll be the strongest squad. They'll play, train, rest 1 day a week, then just keep that up ad nauseum. 6 weeks later, they'll get a break.
Right.
Like, they don't even stop for Christmas.
Alright, so it's one game a week.
Yeah, 1 game a week. So it's 6 games. How we would say 6 games on the bounce, because they're continually playing every Sunday. Yeah, continually playing every Sunday. And because Christmas will happen on Friday, they won't train the Friday, they won't train Boxing Day, but then they'll have the game on Sunday against Edinburgh.
Right.
And I think that's roughly the midpoint, or that may actually be when it's wrapping up, but still, it's 6 games on the bounce. It's going to be
What's it for?
It's just the league, and because of the weather conditions. I mean, Scotstoun, Glasgow Warriors pitch has been flooded for the past couple of weeks, and they've had to find alternative pitches, and so they've been using. I think they might have been using. I want to say air rugby, but that might be a bit too far away. But they've been using another rugby pitch just to try and get more games done.
Right.
And a lot of people have been saying, "No, fuck that. We're not coming over to Scotland. We've heard of the conditions there. We'll postpone until sometime else."
Right. So it's just a knock-on effect of all the games getting delayed because the weather in Scotland is hitting a new level of just insanity.
Hurricane Desmond is fucking affecting a lot of people's lives right now because they've
It's
closed
not
the
really a
bridge.
hurricane. It's just a bad weather system hanging over Scotland because it's flooded Carlisle twice.
Yeah, Cumbria's not in fucking Scotland.
It's hit there twice as well.
Cumbria's getting it pretty bad down in England, but Perth is a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
There's a football pitch in Perth that you could swim in. And because of the way they've boxed it in, because they don't want people running onto the pitch, it's got pretty high walls.
Right.
And because of that, all the water's just collected on it, and with it being a hybrid pitch, so it's grass, but it's got 4G underneath it, the water's not draining away, so it's just this perfect brown water pool that people could actually go swimming in if they wanted.
If you don't mind getting something swimming right up your urethra.
Yeah. Well, actually, given the current weather conditions, we've been getting quite a lot of rain in Scotland as well, and there's been massive bodies of water just appearing in any ditch up and down Scotland. I was driving to training with my brother last Tuesday. We stopped to turn left to go into a town called Pullman here in Scotland, and there's this really, really small bridge, and just collected at the dip there was just this massive body of water. We stopped there to let someone come out, and as they come out, we seen something swimming in this pool. It's just fucking hell. Some kind of weird blinky-like fish from
The Simpsons.
like 3 eyes pops up and dips back into the water before somebody in the Land Rover runs it over.
It's kind of impressive actually. I've managed to miss most of it by being in the house and just doing other stuff. Playing a lot of Shadow of Mordor. After your recommendation.
Yeah, how are you liking it, man?
It's good.
Yeah.
Has a
How
few
much
flaws.
is the movement system fucking you over?
It feels like I'm playing a really bad Assassin's Creed game sometimes. I'm annoyed by having to jump into certain menus quite a lot, like having to you pull the right trigger to activate your stealth mode, and you are trying to be as quick as you can, so you get to hold right trigger and A all the time, which is just odd in this type of game. It just doesn't fit well with the control scheme.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that I'm coming off of playing Destiny, and the control scheme there is similar, but the movement is smoother. I don't like pressing the A button every time I want to do something.
Yeah. I don't like how the parkour works though, where you have to, whereas in Assassin's Creed you just hit up continually, you would climb, but now you have to keep, if you want to go up, you have to hit up in X, or, well, I'm playing on PlayStation, so it'd be up in X, or on the Xbox it'd be up in A.
Yeah.
You have to keep hitting that if you want to climb and do various other things. It kind of gets a bit annoying, but the game itself, I think, it's got more positives than negatives, so I'm just willing to put up with that for the sake of the game.
Especially once you get into it, it's one thing that you can just kind of ease into it and it will just keep running as you want it to run, as long as you just slip into the kind of subconscious level of every time I want to climb really fast I would just sit and smash the A button, whereas I've been playing games before, like Assassin's Creed being the main example, because it's the closer, this is basically either Assassin's Creed or Batman.
Although it's kind of not as good as either.
Yeah.
It's said to have the combat.
It's
Batman.
really close though.
Yeah, but it's
really,
nowhere
really
near
close.
as fluid as Batman's.
Yeah, if you want to have... I think the animations and movements is really good, but my problem is the executions. When you have a character knocked down or whatever, you can jump in. I can't seem to get it to activate because you're supposed to, again, hold right trigger and then press the X button to get the kind of stealth execution where you just jump in, knife to the throat and walk away. I got to say, this guy's not fucking around.
Yeah, he goes for
Talion
the
or whatever his name is.
Talion, yeah.
Dude is not screwing around. He wants you dead.
Yeah, he's going for some pretty brutal takedowns. Have you got the one where after you've just drained them for information, you pull out your sword and you stab it in their head?
Yeah.
And you rip it out?
I was going to go for the one that you just put the sword through their eyes. Like, it just goes straight through and it just takes out the entire skull, and then you slip out the sword and just throw the body away and don't give a shit. And I know it's orcs, but you're going, damn son, that was brutal. You know, maybe pick on the little kids less.
Yeah. Well, my favourite one is when you do the stealth drain, then you use your wraith powers to drain all their life energy and stuff away. And after that, you just kind of twist your wrist. You twist your wrist, and in doing so, you clench your fist as well. The wraith energy just constricts around his head and makes his head explode. I found that one pretty cool.
I don't have the lethal stealth drain yet.
Yeah, get that as soon as you can. It's pretty cool.
I do have. I get the captain system was really bigged up during the promotion for this, where anyone who kills you can become a captain, and you are going to hunt down these captains in Mordor to weaken Sauron's army, because you couldn't fight the whole thing yourself. Although, if you had the button presses right and you were paying attention, I reckon you could probably take on about 10,000 orcs. Right up until...
Yeah, if you could just keep parrying.
Yeah, if you just
get
keep
it done.
parrying and slashing away, you could probably take on the whole lot of them. But for game purposes, you can't take them all on yourself. So you have to fight through the captains, and they were talking about the fact that you will build a relationship with the people you hate in this game. You will be fighting an orc, he will survive, he will beat you, you'll beat him or you'll make him flee, and he'll come back stronger and better. And eventually you'll get to the point where you will find one guy who keeps slipping through your grasp. They weren't fucking around on that one. I nearly cheered earlier today when I got someone I've not been able to kill for about 5 hours. I've been fighting random orc captains, and this guy keeps showing up to fuck with my stuff. And he just keeps showing up and killing me, or keeps showing up and distracting me so that someone else kills me. But he gets levels and experience and bonus, and has been coming back stronger and stronger and stronger for the last 5 hours. I got him today. I've never felt that happy playing a video game. Cannot explain why, but I just looking at the screen going, he's finally fucking dead. I win, motherfucker.
Now that happened to me with one of the archer captains.
Right.
Because he would stand up top and just be like, I see you, Turk. And he'd just keep shooting me, and I was like, right. And you finally climb up to get him, and he's like, another time, I ain't wasting my energy on you. Then he'd run away. He'd always come back with a whole legion of his cronies and just mop the floor on me. And he'd always have the berserker Uruks as well.
I've not found a berserker yet. I don't want to fight one.
Because he just stand there with a shield going, there's nothing you can do, just stop it. Then they bat you away with the shield and stab you in the chest with a pike.
Well, the defender Uruks.
And they're not called berserkers.
No,
the berserkers are just the huge ones with the two swords.
Yeah, because they mentioned berserkers earlier, and
they don't fuck around.
Yeah, I did enjoy fighting a defender, because you, as well as getting the storyline captains, can find random challenge captains hanging around. And one thing as well is, if you're fighting one captain and he summons people to come help him fight you, other captains will come and join that fight. I was at a point today, I was fighting 4 captains.
Yeah, that's happened to me before.
4 captains and about 20, 30 Uruks maybe, just hanging out and just beating the shit out of me. And me just kind of trying to parry as many as I can, and then just counter-attacking combo as much as I could. And it was good. It was fun. I knew I was going to lose, but if I took down enough of them, it'd make it worthwhile. Because if I can take one of them, the one that kills me is going to get a promotion. Because I don't die to captains that much. I die fighting a captain when someone nails me in the back of the head with a crossbow bolt. That happens a lot.
I find that as well. It's not the captains that end up taking me out. It's some shitty little Uruk who takes the opportunity and stabs me in the back when I'm fighting the captain or the war chief.
Yeah, or I'll be thrown by a captain into a group, and then when that group just comes along and just sideswipes the hell at me, and I just drop instantly. And it was a lot of fun playing it, and I got to just one point where I was chasing the guy that it's taken me 5 hours to kill, and I killed him in like another part of the map, and there was just a train of people following me. In that train was another orc captain, and it's one of the archers, so he spots me from like a mile away and goes, "Dark, I see you now!" And then he just points at you, and then everyone starts chasing me again. I pulled at the bow and shot him in the head. I didn't know his weaknesses, I'd never seen him before. He's just a random orc captain that's on the map somehow. And I just saw him, shot him in the head, killed him instantly. Then another 2 captains come barreling down the hill where he's gone. As that body drops, they're just like, yeah, let's go get him. With this like pack of 20 Uruks. I'm like, fuck, here we go again.
Let me heal in between fights, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to doing I took a crack at one of the war chiefs earlier. And those guys do not screw around.
Yeah, they do not fuck around. Although most of them are weak to stealth kill, so I just usually wait until they come into the middle of a room and then drop down on them.
I think I'm fighting the one right now who's immune to stealth. The one that appeared in mine, because they're so randomly generated.
Yeah.
You and I could be having completely different bosses to fight.
Yeah. But see, that's what I quite like about it, because I was talking to somebody else about it and they said, oh, have you fought, I think it was a guy called Push Crimp, who's really, really bugging me just now. He's an archer and I've not been able to kill him, because every time I go to fight him, I'll be fighting all these other Urliks, I'll kill them and I'll go to fight him and he'll go, you're not getting me, you stinking Tark. And he'll run away. So he's always eluded me. And he said, oh, he's one of my war chiefs. Alright. I think they just have the names and they randomly generate with them.
Yeah, because I've noticed that there's certain models that keep appearing.
Yeah.
And each model has like an upgrade point of being like a captain, then like a veteran captain, like the top level captains who are the bodyguards of the war chiefs. So I imagine it's possible for you to get a guy, any random orc, from random orc to war chief, if he keeps killing you or keeps surviving your attacks long enough. He will eventually at one point pop up to the level of war chief with different sets of armours, because I found that I've got one guy, I think it's Maul, Life Drinker, and that guy shows up and he's very greeny grey skin. He keeps showing up again and again and again, but he always shows up next to someone that looks the exact same as him. And he's like, I think I got him earlier. Yeah, he was another one where it's like, it wasn't as much as the 5 hour guy, it was about 3 hours. I think he just kept bouncing between those two characters for a bit and got demolished first. Murdered him, felt really good about it, but then killed the 5 hour guy. Because I always found that if I was playing captains, I could deal with multiple captains until one guy showed up, and he always showed up. Just this axe guy who just showed up and just hit me in the back of the head and killed me every time. You motherfucker! Same guy again. It's a good fun game though.
Yeah, I'd recommend it to anyone that's looking for a good Lord of the Rings game to play, because there's not been many. Lego Lord of the Rings is now. I've never been a massive fan of Lord of the Rings games. I'll still play them, but I never picked up Lego Lord of the Rings. For me, the last genuinely good Lord of the Rings game was Return of the King for the PlayStation 2.
And even then, I thought the Two Towers was more fun. Totally different game. The Return of the King got the kind of RPG elements a bit better, gave you more options, and left you with ways that you could have one build of character. You could have one version of Aragorn, but someone else could have a different version of it, and you'd have different play styles based on that.
Yeah. I just remember always playing as Pippin, because I cheated the game, but the game saved my cheated version of Pippin, so I killed everything in a single hit.
Alright.
So I would go through, me and my brother would play the Palantir of Saruman, the Palantir of Sauron, because that was the harder of the secret levels. And I would just stab everything that would die in one hit, because you'd fight Shelob and our minions. I was just walking about, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead, just single button presses to kill them all. Great fun.
I just realised how much I missed the Return of the King game. I wonder if that's available somewhere.
I have it on PlayStation 2, but my PlayStation 2 doesn't fucking work.
I wonder if I have a working PS2 somewhere. This could get really bad, people. The podcast might get cancelled and become just the Lord of the Rings smashing buttons
I actually
podcast.
watched the Lord of the Rings movies again. See if you get the straight Blu-ray copy, and they've taken the DVD version and they've slapped it on a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
The fucking game. The movie looks really, really dated.
Right.
Because I don't have the remastered edition, I just bought the straight up Blu-ray copies.
Have they remastered them yet?
Yeah, they're all on Blu-ray. I urge any fan to go and pick them up, because I've watched them with a friend. They look perfect.
That could be a purchase.
They look so damn smooth. I've just got the straight. Someone's taken the DVD, slapped it on a Blu-ray version. You can tell clearly that it's CGI, because the kind of hit detection is off slightly with Gollum. So he'll put his hand on a rock, and you can clearly see the space between his hand and the rock.
Gollum is obviously a massive sticking point, because that was such a revolutionary CGI character. But I find that his feet bug me the most. His hand looks okay, but again, it's because it's really complex, sensitive movement parts. There's so many bones and so many hands you get to try and kind of figure out how it'll work. But I think his feet bugged me more than his hands did when I watched The Two Towers, which, as I said, really good movie, with that one exception of that one fucking scene where Aragorn rides past in the horse. I mentioned it before, I know I've done it, I don't get angry about it before.
You've mentioned it before, but I can't remember what it was again.
It was just the fact that he rides by on a horse, and everything looks the same on this one type of camera, and then there's just this one like janky fucking handheld camera shot of Viggo Mortensen riding past on a horse. Going like, ooh, I'm unwell, after he falls off the cliff for the warg attack.
Oh yeah. See, that happened to me with the second Hobbit movie, with the stupid GoPro camera going down the fucking barrels and that.
I quite like that barrel scene, I'm a defender of that.
Yeah, it's good, but it's just that when they're going down the rapids and it's properly shot, it looks good, but then there's that one scene where the audio goes really crackly and you can hear the water splash and stuff. It takes me right out of the film, because I was immersed in the film up until that point. And that's what films are all about to me, getting immersed in the story. And that thing just ripped me right out.
Do we have the Battle of Five Armies extended yet?
Yes. And 3D. Because they've just kind of bundled them all together now. So you get this version, it's extended, and you can watch it in 3D.
Don't have a 3D TV, so...
No, I don't see the point in them. If they release a 4K edition, I'd buy that. Because 4K is fucking stunning. My auntie and uncle got a 4K TV. I've just been trying to talk my brother into bringing his PlayStation 4 up. Just like, we need to play things on this TV.
Yeah.
Imagine how Batman will look on a 4K fucking television.
4K Batman.
Imagine what Mordor would look like in 4K. We need to go.
Yeah, it is a very good Shadow and Mordor. Very good looking game.
Yeah.
I got the Game of the Year edition on digital download. I didn't realise that I had all these like extra skins. I sent you a message about this.
Yeah.
I can play as like the dark version of the Ranger. That's what I'm playing as right now. Just hood up, got gothy, a bit pissed off. Makes a bit more sense. Yeah, he's a bit emo, and it makes more sense with having that guy running around.
Yeah.
But I can also play as the Hand of Sauron, which is a kind of new character for this one. Probably mentioned somewhere.
Yeah, because there's all this backstory and stuff to the Lord of the Rings. Did you get the female elf that you can play as?
Yes, she's on there as well.
I've not gone that far into the game, but does the name ring a bell to you?
I think it's the elf that you are attached to, the Wraith, the elf, that guy. I think it's his wife.
Ah, right.
Or his daughter or something like that. Because they mentioned that either he has murdered or his family was murdered. I think it will turn out that he murdered his family.
Yeah, I think he was duped into killing his own family.
Yeah,
that would make sense.
It's actually the guy who made the Rings of Power.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Like, most people say, oh, it's cheesy, you come. I was like, no, I fucking bought into it. I thought it was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. That would, if there was one guy stuck in Mordor as a spirit for Sauron to torture, it'd be that guy.
It's the guy who gave him his power.
Yeah, it's a cool little idea, and having Gollum work in there is pretty funny. He's a good use. It's a good use of Gollum as long as it's limited.
Yeah, I like how they use Gollum in the game, but if you encounter a character called Ratbag.
Yeah, he's the orc that you're trying to. You elevate him through the ranks.
Yeah, and he's your kind of spy in the kind of pantheon of war chiefs. But I hate the music that plays whenever you meet him because it's all like wah wah.
Yeah, he's a kind of forced comedy character.
Yeah, it's trying to inject a bit of life into a series that really doesn't need much of it. Because if they leave Shadow of Mordor as this kind of very dark toned game, it'd be fine.
And then have Gollum show up and be like, well, he's the crazy guy from the movies. Oh, by the way, he's still crazy here because this is where he went crazy. And I like the fact that this time that you're playing in is just, it's a bit before Sauron's massive like kind of rise during the movies. So you're playing through a part where men tried to recolonize Mordor because they were like, what's the dumbest idea we can think of? Yeah. Oh, I have an idea, let's go set up tents in, wherever where the Dark Lord lives. He's probably gone. No one's seen him for a while. It's probably safe for us to do that, right?
Yeah, we could go back to Mordor, right? Yeah. That Sauron guy, he died.
And you get it, it's like the idea that these people were just trying to make a living, but for some reason chose Mordor.
Yeah. And, isn't it kind of hinted at that someone was kind of whispering in their ear, like, yeah, you need to go to Mordor. Trust me, it'll be a good idea.
Mordor's totally safe, it's fine, but yeah, then the Uruks...
What's your name? Oh, my name is Mr. S. Elrond. Definitely not Sauron. I swear, I'm just a real estate developer from up in the... Shit, where's that place outside of Mordor? I'm an elf from Rivendell. Stephen Elrond, that's my name.
Stephen Elrond? Angmar property developer.
Just on his card it says him clicking and winking. Like, what's that in your pocket? Oh, that's not a mace. That's my pen. I'm really into novelty pens.
Actually, Sauron's mace is being wielded by a black Numenorian, which is the guys who founded Gondor. You see him at the start of the game. That guy who just smashes the shit out of someone. It's the sacrifice guy during the whole sacrificial scene where. Talion's family's murdered. Not a spoiler really, because it's the first 5 minutes of the game.
So you can go on YouTube and watch that. Yeah,
it's a really good scene as well. It's where they introduce the Hand of Sauron, but the guy who smashes Talion's hand with the mace, that's Sauron's mace. And that guy is the Hammer of Sauron. Nice. Like, that guy is so cool.
So
there's that guy, and the guy who just is, slitting everyone's throat is the Tower, who apparently is also a black Numenorian that keeps growing, but his armour isn't growing with him, but he can't take it off. So he's just being like pushed through his armour.
He's like constantly stretching up and out with his armour.
Or he just seems to grow with every time he kills someone, and he can't stop killing people. It's a really cool character. I like the black Numenorians. They're hinted to a little bit. The idea that, men are fallible, even the Numenorian bloodline isn't untouchable. But when it goes wrong, it goes horribly wrong, and Sauron gets like a really top level lieutenant, like someone with Aragorn's combat skill, innate just abilities, but also just wants to kill.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I've found out, just going back to Lord of the Rings, because we kind of took a little Tolkien tangent here. Just going back to the Lord of the Rings movies, there's a scene that really, really bugged me that can make me think back to the books. When Sam hesitates to give Frodo the ring back when they're in that orc watchtower, never happened in the books. Sam is never been tempted by the ring, because the ring offers. Because when he has the ring in that scene, Sauron talks to him and says, "I can give you anything you want. You can turn Mordor into a giant garden." And he just goes, "No, I don't want that." I suppose for purposes they need to have that kind of dichotomy. It's like, well, the power is mine now. But I just thought it'd be pretty cool to hear Samwise go, "Nah, I just want a cider and some fish and chips after fucking work. I don't give a shit about the ring."
I want to go home and bang that girl from the tavern.
Rosie or whatever the hell.
Yeah, I think it's Rosie, but no, I've not seen that part in a while, so I might go back. I like the Two Towers. I don't watch Return of the King though.
It's too long. There's too many. To me, Lord of the Rings movies are best when it's dialogue, battle, end dialogue. Lord of the Return of the King went dialogue, battle, more dialogue. It could have been 2 movies.
Then like 6 more fucking endings.
There's far too many endings.
But
it could have ended 3 times.
I was just watching it and thinking, I don't like this film that much. It just, for some reason, it just keeps dragging on and on.
My favourite one will still be The Fellowship.
I want to take a look at that and see if it's Sam wanting to keep the ring for himself or just not trusting Frodo with it and just having a moment of doubt in Frodo. Yeah. Because if that works, totally fine. If he goes,
that actually works kind of better, actually.
Yeah.
You're looking a bit Gollumy. You're not getting the ring back.
A wee bit peely-wally there, mate. I'm not entirely sure.
Your lambus spread's a wee bit mouldy. I'm not getting it.
Yeah, not quite trusting you with this ring of ultimate power that can destroy the entire world.
Dude, the ring offered me a garden. It's not fucking the best thing I have. Got in the top pocket. You're not getting it back.
this shit is dangerous. You need to just give this to me for like 5 more minutes and then you're getting it back. You will be getting it back.
Clearly, it doesn't fucking work on me, mate.
Like, bollocks. This ring thing is bollocks, but you have a problem.
Fucking tried to offer me some real estate in Mordor. I don't know what the fuck this guy's going on about. Said his name is S. Elrond. Angmar Property Estate.
Yeah.
Wanker.
Bastard. Yeah.
Got some nice property down the shire.
They're a good series.
Yeah. Also, it made me want to buy a house in New Zealand. Just one of those underground houses that they used to film the Shire scenes. I want one of those houses.
The frame for those is available.
Yeah, you can buy them.
Yeah.
It just looks so like idyllic and peaceful. I think I'd get up in the morning to...
Oh no, like you can buy just like the frame of those houses, like the entranceway, because they made a couple of them and they still have the design for it. But it basically it's like a prefab house that you can buy in the shape of like a hobbit hole. You would just have to build the hill around it. Obviously, but yeah, I don't know how they figured out that one, but somebody has started making them. I just saw them randomly pop up on Facebook. But if you want to live in a hobbit hole, you can do it. Yeah,
I wouldn't mind doing that. Just ditch this whole law bollocks and just wake up in the morning, plough a field, and go home and plough my way.
Yeah, all about the ploughing.
All about the ploughing. A good farmer leaves no field unploughed.
Yeah, speaking of movies that have potential, I'm going to go with X-Men Apocalypse, which released a trailer as we started talking.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, it looked really good from my point of view, but I'm an X-Men noob. Not much perspective on the characters, not the biggest fan of them. Got quite pissed off with the original X-Men run, and then got a bit into like the Wolverine, and then Wolverine goes back in time, and then we have a new run through.
Yeah, they fucked up the continuity of these films so badly because they had 1, 2, and 3. 1 was a great film. I watched that any amount of times. It gets a bit kind of loose at some parts, but it picks it up towards the end. 2 will always be my favourite. It's just great from start to finish. 3 was a pile of shit. Made me lose interest in the series. X-Men Origins, I'm not too keen on that. X-Men Origins, I'll say I wasn't too keen on that. Then
was that the Wolverine one?
Yeah, first Wolverine one.
The Wolverine Origins one. The Wolverine, the one. The Wolverine,
that was good. I like
it.
I know I said I didn't like it, but it's grown on me more and more. I think it has kind of wormed its way in there.
My entire thing was like, okay, this is an okay film, but then it's worth it for that last post kind of credit scene where it's like Wolverine trying to get through airport security, and then Magneto and Charles Xavier show up at the end, and then that kickstarts the new series where Wolverine goes back in time.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on the whole back in time double timelines thing, because it seems that they've started the old timeline with like Patrick Stewart as Xavier and Ian McKellen as Magneto, but they've kind of left that in the dirt in favour of this new one with Fassbender.
It's because they don't want to do it anymore.
Really?
Yeah. At a certain point, the actors just said, I've been this character for so long. Ian McKellen was wrapping up, or was in the middle of being Gandalf for the Hobbit films, was trying to wrap that up. Eventually he just gets tired of the association. And, you know, these guys both have a lot of talent to do whatever the fuck they want.
And they're not young men.
Yeah.
They need to, I wouldn't really say they need to kind of pick and choose their roles, because they are, like you said, really talented actors, but I wouldn't really say they've got enough time to do everything that gets passed their way.
Yeah, at a certain point you can't agree to 3 films at a certain age.
Yeah. And
these guys are at that age, so
I think we were lucky that we got them. I think we were lucky that we got them for Days of Future Past, because they were good in that.
Yeah, I think that was like a kind of little thing where they said we'll agree to wrap it up, but this is it. But yeah, now they have the new team, which features I mean, I just looked at the cast list and I'm like, wow, this is everyone who's new that I like. I'm not the biggest James McAvoy fan, but he's doing a good job for me. I like him.
He's a good actor. I mean, if you want to see something that made me change my stance on James McAvoy, because I'd watched him in Shameless and I hated Shameless. He was useless in that.
Shameless is just a shit TV show.
Yeah.
I don't know why everyone
terrible.
loves it over here in the UK.
I have no idea. And
It's just about junkies here in the UK, and I'm like, that's just my
Is it Frank Gallagher, the main character?
Yeah, something like
Worst
that.
character ever. It's just a rip-off of the Royal Family. What the Royal Family did really, really well, Shameless isn't even fucking trying.
Yeah.
Like in my eyes, they could be trying all these funny things that are tried and true through the Royal Family. They wouldn't even get it right. It was just so fucking shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was in that. He was terrible. But then I seen a movie. He was shit and wanted. I fucking hated that movie.
It was just a shit movie.
Yeah, another shit movie. Watch Filth. Is it Irvin Welsh, the guy who wrote Trainspotting? It's one of his films.
Yes, he was in
fantastic. He plays a kind of down. I want to say clinically depressed, but I don't think he was. He had some other disability. I think he was just a bit mental.
I remember talking to Al Gore about this because we saw the trailer for it come out, and he said, "You've got to see this trailer. It's set in Edinburgh."
Yeah. And
I had the day before walked down one of the streets they've used in the movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, haha, I was just there a second ago. It was it's the little close. It's got the it's got the pig in there. They do the slow cooked pulled pork. There's one pig every day, and once that pig's gone, it's gone for the day.
Yeah.
But you can just
I know what that is. It's a kind of restaurant. It's called Oink, I think. It's way down the Royal Mile.
It's on the Royal Mile down to the Grass Market.
Yeah,
it's that windy street down there.
Yeah, that's Oink.
Oh right.
Fantastic
I've not been
restaurant.
there in a while.
Yeah, I was there for a rugby game. The team that we played, they done all their after-match food.
Right.
That was fantastic. We got like a roll, but it wasn't your normal-sized roll. This thing, you cut it open and fit a whole pig in. It was great.
And that's where the pig went that day.
Yeah, because there's 30 rugby guys in there eating the shit out of this pig carcass. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch him in that. He plays a very damaged detective sergeant in the Edinburgh Police. This is fantastic. Some of the shit he comes away with, he comes away with some really good one-liners, but there's a really kind of harrowing story to it. You find out why he's damaged and why he's a bit fucked up.
Yeah,
really
I think it was
really good movie.
one of the best films that he is going to do. Like it's going to be hard for him to beat that.
Yeah, very dark film. Very Irvin Welsh fucked up.
But yeah, we've got that Fassbender as well. Cannot fault Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we also, I think, with Jennifer Lawrence in there as well. She's returning.
That's Mystique.
But it's very normal Mystique. It's not a boy Mystique.
Yeah, I think she just doesn't like spending that much time getting makeup and stuff done, and it's probably getting expensive now.
It's like 5 hours for a full bodysuit type thing. I wouldn't want to get that either.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I wonder how Ron Perlman does it, because that's 9 hours to get into the full Hellboy makeup. 9 hours.
Beast is back.
Nicholas Hoult.
And then
an actor that I used to hate because of Misfits, but he's kind of, again, his portrayal of Beast isn't that bad, so I've let him away with it.
Even if it's not the one that you want, it's a very relatable one that's kind of like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
They hit the nail on the fucking head when they got Kelsey Grammer, because it was like watching the 90s cartoon version of Beast in the cinema.
Yeah.
It was fucking great, but they're trying a new thing. Nicholas Hoult, he'll do, but he's not fucking Kelsey Grammer. But
nobody is.
Nobody's
so
going
get over
it. He was Bonaparte in Expendables 3.
Yeah.
And he was fantastic at that.
Yeah, him being the kind of like the recruitment guy.
Yeah. I wanted him to be in it. I wanted him to just get a rifle and be like, right, you fucking pansies, Freya's going to show you how to do this. Toss salad, motherfucker.
Yeah. Scramble these eggs, kabang, and just series of explosions happens.
He's just got a whole load of grenades called scrambled eggs, toss salad.
Yeah. No, the grenades are called salad, so he tosses salad.
His gun's just called scrambled eggs.
Yeah, I like it. But they have that. And who else is it? It was the new member of the cast. We were just talking about this. Sophie Turner as Jean Grey.
Yeah, she looks like Jean Grey, but her voice kind of annoys me a wee bit.
The accent worries me a little bit. It didn't sound convincing.
Yeah, it sounded like she was doing Sansa, but trying to make it American.
Yeah,
it wasn't doing much for me. It didn't really work.
Wasn't bad. Could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
But annoyingly,
then again, it could be Christian Bale and Batman Begins doing that weird, stupid Batgirl thing.
But we also have Cyclops. There's a couple of others. Angel's in there as well.
Yeah, Angel's
in there
Archangel
with metal wings.
Yeah, he's now Archangel, and Archangel was one of my favourite characters in the X-Men comics. So if they brought him back, great.
Yeah, because he throws shurikens.
Yeah, he flaps his wings and metal blades come out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and Storm's coming back
as one of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Awesome. And then it was the weird one that gets me on there. It's just I don't like Cyclops.
Yeah, he's Captain America without a shield.
Also without just being good at anything. He just seems to be like the guy who's in charge but not very good at it.
Yeah. Although he was always a good leader, but his powers kind of failed him all the time.
Right. Here's the thing. Wolverine and Cyclops went at it constantly because they both wanted to bang Jean Grey.
Yeah.
isn't it going to be weird when Hugh Jackman tries to bang Sansa Stark?
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't think Hugh Jackman's going to be in Apocalypse.
I didn't see him in there. Normally you'd have him pretty much front and centre.
Then again, they'll probably keep him for like a last silver bullet. No one can beat Apocalypse. Fuck it, I'll take a shot.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he fist fights Satan at one point and wins.
Yeah,
but
he does beat Satan.
Yeah. My other thing about that was, would Wolverine still has the same consciousness as Wolverine from before, because he time travelled, but he still knows who he is.
Yeah.
So he knows how to be, like, he would have the experience of being a complete badass for so long, but then fucking Cyclops shows up and tries to start shit. Like, how does he not just tear that guy's face off by looking at him?
Oh, he probably realises that I could kill you, but I kind of need you to keep this timeline going as it is.
Mm-hmm.
I need to leave him alive.
Yeah,
He probably is going to beat the living shit out of him at some point. Just as a kind of, I remember what you were like in the alternate timeline. Here's an uppercut to the chin for your troubles.
Yeah, and if I pull the claws out, well, shit happens.
Well, you're running about that age where you could be shaving anyway, so.
Yeah, I was just looking at it thinking, if I was Cyclops starting shit on Wolverine, who, like, aside from being Hugh fucking Jackman,
yeah.
Like, you also at the same time have to realise that he is now not only like several hundred years old, but has now had the experience of travelling across timelines. The amount of whoop ass this guy should be able to deliver is unparalleled.
Yeah.
In human history, there should be no one able to whoop as much ass as Wolverine at the point where Cyclops shows up. And you're like, and the thing is, how do we know that that's not the first time he jumped over? Exactly. It could have happened before.
Maybe.
Maybe Wolverine's stuck in like a kind of zigzag pattern. If he advances time forward and jumps back to another point, advances.
Maybe he's just jumping back and trying enough times to try and stop all this bullshit.
Yeah, he keeps meaning to kill the people who keep sending him. He keeps forgetting about it, and then
he gets drunk, has a few cigars, and wakes up in the morning and is like, fuck, this guy's president now.
Damn it!
Send me back.
Send me back again. But it's just one of the things that if they try and make Cyclops stand toe to toe with Wolverine, I want to see Wolverine bite his fucking face off.
I want to see Wolverine just like cut his eyes off or something.
And not just because I just hate Cyclops as a character.
Yeah.
But just because you know they're going to get some little scrawny teenage heartthrob to try and play Cyclops and pull off the shades and give everyone the new look for the next 10 years of X-Men movies, but just to have Hugh Jackman go, nah, not having it. Nah.
Right, sit down. Motherfucking Wolverine shit.
Hugh Jackman, fuck off.
Hugh Jackman. Punch him straight in the face. Although one thing I'm looking forward to about this film is the possessed Professor Xavier. I think that's going to be pretty cool because if they do that right, they could introduce a character called Onslaught, who is just pure fucking badass. Right. He is the negative thoughts and emotions from Magneto given or put into the fully functional, highly developed, like psionic brain of Xavier. These negative thoughts combined with his telekinesis become Onslaught, who's just an all-powerful badass. He's essentially a mini Galactus, but he doesn't need to feed off planets. He can just level entire cities with his pinky. Fucking cool character. And he looks really badass as well.
So we also have the main villain.
Yeah, Apocalypse.
I think he looks pretty damn cool.
Yep. I'm liking the voice as well. Yeah. It's not too old 90s cartoon when it was really, really deep, like, I am Apocalypse, I am in Sabanura, that kind of thing. They've kind of got the right balance with it. Mm-hmm. Not too authoritative, but authoritative enough to make people listen. I will say that his dialogue line on that kind of trailer was kind of like, for some reason it stuck with me as being dumb. Like he was in the middle of a monologue and then forgot what he was going to say, and he said, "We will destroy their world, and from the ashes make a thesaurus, please, better one." Like there was like a little micro break between "we will make a break better one," and it just stuck with me. I'm like, he sounds a little dumb. I'm never going to unhear that for some reason. But yeah, he looks good. They were concerned originally that he was looking too purple. Yeah. But then obviously that was the raw material, like the raw thing he was being shot in was slightly purple. Colour fades, camera angles, tricks and lighting and stuff. And now he looks a deep metallic blue. Yeah, I'm liking that quite a lot. And they've got the kind of weird mouth thing going as well, where he's got the weird kind of lines going down his face, and they come down to kind of make it look like he's got a guillotine, like sort of mouth thing going. Alright. And they've got just the kind of little things, like the markings on his face I'm liking as well. Little things like that are making me think this is going to be a good film. Yeah, I do like it. And I asked you about this before, off mic, about Quicksilver. Yeah. Because Quicksilver's been in the Avengers through Age of Ultron, but it's now different Quicksilver. Well, because they killed off the Quicksilver in Age of Ultron. Yeah. So. That's not spoilers. Everyone's seen Age of Ultron. Again, if you listen to this podcast, you've seen Age of Ultron. Yeah. But I don't see why. I don't know why they killed Quicksilver. It's just here's this character. He's pretty funny. He likes cracking wise and dead. He's pretty unnecessary in a universe written by Joss Whedon. Yeah. Then again, that was probably a decision like, right, we'll kill off our Quicksilver so people are not constantly comparing it to the other Quicksilver. Especially since I think the Scarlet Witch might take a new kind of code name.
or something during at the end of Age of Ultron, so that it's a bit less confusing.
I think she just takes the name Scarlet Witch. She's no longer Wanda. Oh, they never actually call her Wanda Maximoff, do they?
They might do.
Yeah.
This sounds an
No,
awful
they do.
lot.
They say the Maximoff twins.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they never kind of link that back to Magneto. So
because they legally couldn't.
yeah, legally couldn't. Although I'm hoping they change that soon because Hugh Jackman is saying, "I want to be in the Avengers. Put me in the Avengers."
Be the Avenger.
Spider-Man got in, let me in, motherfucker. Although I heard something about that as well, actually. Sony are holding out until they've seen the entire movie and seen the points where Spider-Man is in the movie before they say to Marvel, yeah, this is good enough. You can put that out. They want to see how they're using Spider-Man before it goes out.
Does Sony know that they are dealing with Disney right now? Like, it's the full, we are Disney, who owns ESPN, who owns half of YouTube, who own everything you love.
Yeah.
And you want to tell us we need to double check the quality of your work?
I feel like Walt Disney was just standing over the director of Sony and went, sure, you can watch it before we put it out, like it's going to affect anything.
That's just...
But you know for a fact that
You gotta admire the balls on Sony.
Yeah. Like, we're important, damn it. Like, just sign over.
They're like, we won the console wars. Do you know what that means? 30 million units sold, motherfuckers. And
meanwhile, Walt Disney's picking his $30,000 steak out of his teeth with a $100 bill. Like, what? You made how much money? I make that in an hour.
Nice work, kids.
You know how much I fucking own? I own you now.
Look at this, you bought your company, motherfucker, and snap fingers now.
Walt Disney, if he was alive, he would seem to me like the kind of Batman character. The Bruce Wayne character. You know how in the movies he's always like, oh, this is a nice building. Check. I'll buy it.
Yeah.
I kind of seem like Walt Disney built that guy and it's like, fun house. This is a good company. I'll take it. Just grabbing random names from around the room.
Yeah. But he probably could just run around buying shit. Yeah. He owns... It's like, I'm wearing Epic Rap Battles of History t-shirt. I'm technically wearing Disney merchandise right now. They're part of Maker Studios, funded by Disney.
I'm not wearing anything funded by Disney.
That's impressive.
I'm wearing a DC shirt.
Ooh, look at you, laddie da.
I'm wearing a Flash t-shirt.
Warner Brothers are very anti-establishment.
Yeah, they're just like, fuck you, Disney. But if Disney offered them enough money, they'd be like, we own Marvel and DC. Amalgam universe.
Well, that happens every now and again when they get really bored at both writing studios.
Yeah, when somebody sends an email over to DC or DC over to Marvel, however it goes, and go,
hey, you guys want to play together?
Hey, we have Nightwing and we have Moon Knight. Let's make Moonwing. You fucking think I'm joking? Look up Moonwing when we're done.
Oh shit. I sense I have more homework.
Yeah, you have homework, motherfucker. Just look up the Amalgam universe. You'll see like Dark Claw, who's Batman and Wolverine in one body. Looks pretty shit. But you could tell.
That seems like overcompensating for something, I'll be honest.
It's Batman's detective instincts and intelligence with Wolverine's claws.
Also, animal instincts.
Yeah, Batman doesn't kill, Wolverine kills too much.
This way they find the happy medium of just a moderate amount of murder.
Yeah.
Terrifying combinations. That I think we'll discuss next episode.
Yeah. Look up the Amalgam universe. In fact, anyone who wants to look up the Amalgam universe and send us a message about how fucked up it is can reach us at Gibberpish on Twitter or at gibberpish@outlook.com via email. We'll read your stuff live on the show. I say live on the show. We'll read it out on the show. Yeah. Because, well, we don't do this shit live because...
I don't know what this counts as anymore.
Yeah. Because, like, people say, oh, we're coming to you live, but surely if you're recording
it's live
something...
but edited. We'll figure it out for the next episode of Gibberpish. Until then, I've been Colin Graham.
I've been Dan Anderson.
And we've been talking Gibberpish.
Yes.